Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemistry Basics. Today we are going to see the carboxylic acids part 3. So in this we are going to see carboxylic acid derivatives. If you are visiting this channel first time, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button so you will get the notification of next video. So let's start carboxylic acid derivatives. So what is carboxylic acid derivatives? So in carboxylic acid, if hydroxyl group is replaced by either alkoxy group or halogen group or amino or carboxylate group, so whatever compounds you are getting, these all are carboxylic acid derivatives. If hydroxyl group is replaced by alkoxy group, you will get ester. If hydroxyl group is replaced by amino group, you will get amide. If same is replaced by halogen, you will get the acid halides, and if that hydroxyl group is replaced by carboxylate group, you will get the acid anhydrides. All these four carboxylic derivatives are very important, as all these four carboxylic acid derivatives are very important, and we have to see all that in details. So first we will see the esters, preparation of esters. So esters can be prepared from carboxylic acid by using alcohols. So it is one of the simple reactions. So you have to take the carboxylic acids and you have to just heat with alcohols in presence of dehydrating agent like concentrated H2SO4. So it forms a ester. So simple OH from carboxylic acid and H from alcohol is eliminated as a water to form a desired compound, that is ester. So instead of concentrated H2SO4, we can use dry HCl or alumina also. For example, if you are taking the acetic acid and ethanol in presence of concentrated H2SO4, it undergoes dehydration to form ethyl acetate as a product. So this is the first method. Let's go for the next. Again from carboxylic acid, but by using diazomethane. So when carboxylic acid reacted with diazomethane in presence of solvent ether forms methyl ester. So this is the special method for the preparation of methyl esters. So in this methylene group is just situated in between oxygen and hydrogen of hydroxyl group, and nitrogen is removed as a N2 gas. So you will get methyl esters. So for example, if you are taking the acetic acid and reacting with diazomethane in presence of ether, you will get the methyl acetate as a product. So this is the second method, that is by using diazomethane. Now let's go for the third, from acid chlorides. So from acid chlorides also you will get the esters. So for that you have to take the acid chlorides and just react with the alcohols. So simple HCl molecule eliminates and this OR dash group will join to carbonyl and you will get the ester function. Okay. For example, if you are taking the benzoyl chloride and reacted with ethanol, so it will give you ethyl benzoate with the elimination of HCl molecule. So this is the third method. Let's go for the next. So from acid anhydrides also we get the esters. So for that acid anhydrides you have to react with alcohols. So now in this case a carboxylic acid is eliminated and OR dash group will join to carbonyl. You will get the ester as a final product. So ester and acid, these are the two products you are getting here. For example, acetic anhydride, if reacted with ethanol, you will get ethyl acetate as a product and acetic acid is the side product. Let's go for the next method. So from alkyl halides also we will get the esters. So how we'll get the esters? So for that you have to take the silver carboxylate salt and that you have to react with the alkyl halides. So simple AgX, that silver halide, is eliminated and you will get the ester functional group. So silver halide is a precipitate, so it will settles down. So for example, if you are taking the silver acetate and reacted with the bromoethane or ethyl bromide, so AgBr is removed or formed as a precipitate and you will get ethyl acetate as a product. So this is again one of the simple reaction. So these are the different methods by which we can prepare the esters. See the preparation of amides, how amides are prepared. So for that again we have to take the carboxylic acids and ammonia for this particular preparation. So carboxylic acids, when heated with ammonia, there is a formation of ammonium salt. This is a simple acid base reaction. These ammonium salts, on strong heating, you will get the amides. So water molecule is eliminated here. So in this way you will get easily amides. For example, if you are taking the acetic acid and heat it with ammonia, there is a formation of ammonium salt of acetic acid, that is ammonium acetate. And this ammonium acetate, on strong heating, you will get acetamide as a product. So this is the first method for the preparation of amides. Another one method for the preparation of the amides is from acid chlorides. The acid chlorides, on simple reaction with the ammonia, form acids. Now here first we will convert carboxylic acids into acid chlorides and then that acid chlorides reacted with the ammonia. So first, for this conversion of carboxylic acid to acid chlorides, thionyl chloride is used. So as you are getting this acid chlorides, so the Cl it becomes a good leaving group and the reactivity of this acid chlorides is increases and you will get amides easily with elimination of HCl. For example, if you are taking the benzoic acid, first reacts with the thionyl chloride, forms benzoyl chloride, which further reacted with the ammonia. With the elimination of HCl, final product formed is benzamide. So this is the simple preparation of amides from acid chlorides. Another one reaction or the preparation of acid chlorides now. So we have to see the acid halides. So first we have seen the esters, then amides. Now let's see the preparation of acid chlorides. So acid chlorides can be obtained from carboxylic acids by using these three reagents: thionyl chloride, phosphorus trichloride and phosphorus pentachloride. For example, if we take acetic acid and react it with PCl3, so when we are using PCl3, that is phosphorus trichloride, it reacts with 3 moles of carboxylic acid and you will get the acetyl chloride as a product. So simple hydroxyl group is substituted by halogen and you will get acetyl chloride. Side product is the phosphoric acid. Second reaction, if you are taking the benzoic acid and reacted with the PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, so then only one molecule of carboxylic acid will react with this to form a benzoyl chloride and side products are phosphorus oxychloride and HCl. Last reagent used is thionyl chloride. So in presence of pyridine, you have to just take the carboxylic acid and reflux it. So you will get a stearoyl chloride here. So here we are taking the steric acid. So product is stearoyl chloride with elimination of HCl molecule. So in this way you will get the acid chlorides. Now next is preparation of acid anhydrides. How acid anhydrides are formed. So for that you have to take the carboxylic acid. So either monocarboxylic acid or dicarboxylic acid. When you have taken the monocarboxylic acid, then you require the 2 moles of carboxylic acid, and if you are taking the dicarboxylic acid, only 1 mole is sufficient. So 2 moles of carboxylic acid, obviously monocarboxylic acid, on heating with dehydrating agents like concentrated esters of 4 or alumina or phosphorus pentoxide, you will get the acid anhydride. As you are taking the acetic acid, the product is acetic anhydride. If you are taking the dicarboxylic acid, obviously that dicarboxylic acid has to be ortho substituted or ortho di substituted. So simple dehydration will take place and you will get the anhydride. As we are using here phthalic acid, the product is phthalic anhydride. The reactions of acid derivatives in the form of interconversion of acid derivatives. So all these are here I have taken carboxylic acid derivatives, that all we can prepare from carboxylic acid, and these are interconverted to each other. So we have one chart here. So let's see. So if the carboxylic acid, so carboxylic acid can be converted into ester by reacting with the alcohol in presence of acidic medium. The esters on acidic hydrolysis or basic hydrolysis gives carboxylic acid back. Okay, so in this way you can interconvert carboxylic acid into ester, and ester can be converted into carboxylic acid. Now carboxylic acid on reaction with phosphorus pentoxide, that's a dehydrating agent. So obviously you require the 2 moles of carboxylic acid now and you will get the acid anhydrides. Acid anhydrides on hydrolysis gives back original carboxylic acid molecules. So again these are interconverted. If you are taking the carboxylic acid and react it with the thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine, you will get the acid halides. Now these acid halides are more reactive and it can be further converted into acid anhydride by reacting with the acetate, that's the nucleophilic reaction, or you can react with the ammonia, it will give you amide, or it can react with the alcohol. So simple elimination of HCl molecule and you will get here esters. So acid chlorides can be converted to acid anhydride, it can be converted to amide, it can be converted to esters. Now from esters also you will get the amides by reacting with the ammonia. So you require the strong condition here. But when you are taking the acid chlorides, so simply just warm you will get, or shaking of that particular reagent also you will get the amides. Amides are converted into carboxylic acid by acidic or basic hydrolysis. So these are the different interconvertible reactions, or all these acid derivatives we can interconvert into each other. So you can see all that particular reaction by pressing the pausing button and see all that interconversions. Okay, now let's go for the next point. Now let's see the comparative study of nucleophilicity of acyl derivatives. How acyl derivatives will undergo different type of the reactions. Usually acyl derivatives undergo typical nucleophilic substitution reaction. So the reactivity order of these acid derivatives is as follows. So acid halides are most reactive among all of these. So acid halides first, then acid anhydrides, which is followed by esters, and then amides. So amides are least reactive among these. Now let's see why that particular or acid derivatives are showing a different reactivity rates. So this is so the reactivity order is explained on the basis of 2 points. Leaving group ability is the first, and second will be the resonance, that we'll see afterwards. So first we'll see the leaving group ability. Now which is the good leaving group? So weak bases are better leaving group than strong bases, or in other words we can say a species with a strong conjugate acid is a good leaving group. For example, if you are taking these leaving groups, chloride, carboxylate, or alkoxide ion or amide ion, and if you are taking the conjugate acids of this, here it is. So if you have a chloride ion, its conjugate acid is HCl. If you are taking the carboxylate ion, its conjugate acid is carboxylic acid. If you have alkoxide ion, conjugate acid is alcohol, and for amide ion it's ammonia. This is the acidity order of this conjugate acid. So HCl is the strongest acid, while ammonia is the weakest acid. And the leaving group ability order is also follows the same acidity order here. So chloride ion, its conjugate acid is HCl. So HCl is a stronger acid and therefore chloride is a good leaving group. But if you are taking the amide ion, NH3 is the weakest acid and therefore amide ion is a bad leaving group. Okay. So this is about the leaving group ability. Let's see the second factor, that is the resonance. It is nothing but the related with the electrophilicity of the carbonyl carbon. Suppose you have this acyl derivative or acid derivative, and if you are showing the resonance here, delocalization of pi electron, you will get this dipolar structure. Now in this dipolar structure, carbon is with a positive charge. Now the stability of this carbocation is depends on this nature of Z group, which effect is shown by this group, that is important for stabilization of this carbocation. If Z is electron donating group, obviously this carbocation will get stabilized and electrophilicity of this carbonyl carbon is decreases. But if this Z group is showing electron withdrawing group, so positive charge on this carbon is intensified and electrophilicity of this carbon is increases and therefore reactivity is also increases, and that factor decides the reactivity of acyl derivative. Let's see the resonance of all these acid derivatives. So here we have taken acid halide, acid anhydride, esters and amides. So we are going to start from the amides. So in case of amides, if we show this resonance or delocalization of pi electrons, so this carbon gets the positive charge and that is well stabilized by electron pair donation of this unshared electron pair present on nitrogen. So here amides showing that resonance or effective resonance. So therefore electrophilicity of this carbonyl carbon is decreases and hence amides are less reactive. Now let's see the esters. Now in case of esters also same thing will happen here. Oxygen is having electron pair, so it can delocalize in this carbonyl as it is in conjugation and try to decrease the electrophilicity of this carbon. But in this two, if you compare, oxygen is more electronegative as compared to nitrogen and therefore it is reluctant to donate the electron pair, and therefore that carbonyl carbon is not that much stabilized, that is stabilized in amides, and therefore esters are somewhat more reactive as compared to amides. Now let's see acid anhydrides. So in acid anhydrides also same case is here like esters. So oxygen can donate its electron pair to the carbonyl, but due to the presence of extra carbonyl group, this resonance can be split into other carbonyl. So this oxygen has a choice, so it can go to this carbonyl as well as it can go to this carbonyl. So when you have such a type of splitting of resonance, obviously one of the carbonyl group becomes more electron deficient and therefore reactivity increases, and hence acid anhydrides are more reactive as compared to esters as well as amides. And finally, let's see the acid halides. Now in case of acid halides, if we show this resonance, so in this particular delocalization or resonance, the orbitals take part that are having the different energies. Because here if you are taking the halogen, the electron pair is present in 3p orbital, and in case of carbon that 2p orbital is used for delocalization. So as we have a different energy levels, p orbital, that is 2p, and in case of halogen it's a 3p as chlorine is present. If you have a bromine, it will be 4p. If you have a iodine, it will be 5p, and therefore not effective delocalization takes place, or not effective resonance. So as not effective resonance, so what happens there now, this carbonyl carbon will bears the strong minus I effect, of the halogens, and therefore this carbonyl carbon becomes more and more electrophilic, and therefore the acid halides are most reactive among these all four acid derivatives. So I think all of you are getting this reactivity order, how we have explained this. So always remember that one equation, less resonance, more reactive is the compound. This is the summary for this comparative study of nucleophilicity of acid derivatives. So you can pause the video and you can read it. All we have discussed that. So if you like the video, please share this video, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon button so you'll get the notification of next video. And if you like the video, share it and comment in comment box. So thank you very much.